On October 14, 2008, a panel on media reform was held at the Brava Theater in San Francisco. The panel consisted of a wide array of legends and reformers, including congressional candidate and Iraq War activist Cindy Sheehan, working-class hero and television star Roseanne Barr, labor journalist Steve Zeltzer, the director of the Vital Project Censored, Peter Phillips, and two producers from the legendary Pacifica Radio Network, Miguel Molina and Nora Barrows-Friedman. The members of this panel discussed the problems regarding the dissemination of truth through the filter of a corporate-run news media.
You know, that word, we hear a lot of, people talking about mainstream, the mainstream media. And a friend of mine reminded me that actually we should be talking about, it is the establishment media, because we're the mainstream. We're the people, the majority in this country, I believe, across the place, who understand that stories like these are not being covered. And we're being told a fraction of the truth. Most of the time, probably not even the truth at all, because it is the 5 corporations who own the television and the radio and the newspapers and the magazines that are intentionally biased towards serving the interests of the corporations.
There's an incredible list of stories not told. We're missing, we sent $20 billion the first year of the Iraq War, 9 of it's missing. We just sent cash, carloads of cash, and $9 billion is missing. And it gets a back page coverage in the Metro section of the New York Times. That's it. So we have a severe truth emergency in the United States.
Like, for God's sakes, for like 2 weeks, we had to be subjected to what was in Anna Nicole's refrigerator when she died. And that was news. That was supposed to be news. And on the little crawl space, they would say 3 soldiers killed in Iraq today.
Right. Clear Channel is Walmart, only worse, because they're not just cornering the garden hose, pantyhose, popcorn, pop music market. They're cornering the information market, and that means that people will only have one way to hear what's going on, and that is the very wrong rights way.
Honesty and truth are in danger.
What the hell are we going to do about it besides just talking? I don't know. Is there anything else that we can do besides just talking? Is talking enough? Sometimes I think, Christ, it is enough. I mean, at least at the start of something, but oh my God, we should be talking about it to everybody we see on the street every minute of our lives. What are we going to do? Does anybody have any ideas?
Each member offered their own unique solution.
We have to wrest control of our media away from the corporations.
These TV stations have to be shut down and taken over by the working people. We have to say, this destruction, this monopoly capitalism and the destruction of our country is the destruction of news and information.
You know, we do need a revolution. We need to make sure that the system collapses, that we are the ones in control, that there are, like Cindy said, 532 members of Congress and 300 million of us. We're the ones who own them. They do not own us.
It's to a point where we can count on independent news to be our source of news, and we don't need corporate media. We can just turn them off. I mean, we can do that completely and know everything we need to know.
However, the problem seems not to be with finding solutions, but whether or not an apathetic and comfortable America would be willing to make the necessary sacrifices.
We need, in this country, within the labor movement and the unions, to educate them about the real history of the unions.
That's right.
Because that's been censored out. You would think that people are just hopeless and helpless. They can't do anything. They can't fight. Bullshit. Bullshit. We have to get the truth out, and we have to organize for power. That's how we're going to win and how we're going to take back this country.
Airwaves belong to us. And for over the last however many years, we have just been so complacent, thinking that as long as we paid our taxes, as long as we voted, that was the end of our responsibility in this country. They're not going to listen to us unless we do start doing, shutting things down, doing long general strikes, not just closing down a port for an hour or two, but doing something that is long and that's protracted. But you know what that's going to take from us? That we have lost since my parents is sacrifice.
What is it going to take to get revolution in this country? I say, when people can't flush their toilets, when their electricity and air conditioner and their plasma TV can't work, and when they go to the gas station, they can't get gas, that and only then are people going to get up and do something.
I hope that a whole bunch of Cindy Sheehan people will start running for office, and you know, people who can't be bought, people who can't be broken, people who believe in liberty. And quoting Mary Daly, who's a great writer and a friend of mine who is in the hospital tonight at 80, who's always been a freedom fighter, she said, I love this quote, and I'll end on it, "There is no liberty without truth." Thanks.